Well, it is the end of another day. I'm out here in the garage having a cigar and just want to thank you for joining me. If you are not a subscriber to the channel already, please go ahead and subscribe. Make sure if you like this video or like any of the videos, hit the like button. And as always, please make sure you add your comments. If there's anything that you like, anything that you would like to hear me talk about or have questions about, I definitely would love to engage in some conversation with you. Tonight, I've just been reading some of a book by Senator Josh Hawley. He is written a book about masculinity and how America needs masculine men. The title is Manhood, the Masculine Virtues America Needs. And I could not agree more. I have been feeling this, as I'm sure many of you have as well, but just this call to rise up as men, to model for so many men in our nation, in our world, who are lost, who are wandering, and who don't know what to do. And the sad thing is, the wandering without a model to look at just leaves so many frustrated, so many discouraged, so much depression, social angst, violent outbursts, just wandering and self-destructive modes. They lash out at others because they just don't have a purpose. And men need a purpose so desperately. And I just want to share some of these things in here tonight and hope that they resonate with you the way they did with me. He starts off in here, he says, "All is not well with men in America, and that spells trouble for the American Republic. It has been a perennial question of political philosophy since the first republics were formed, whether a free nation could survive without soundness of character in its people. As the anthropologist David Gilmour once wrote, manhood is the social barrier that societies must erect against entropy, human enemies, the forces of nature, time, and all the human weaknesses that threaten social life. No menace to this nation is greater than the collapse of American manhood, the collapse of masculine strength." You know, we hear so much about the modern liberalism and trying to understand why there is such animosity against men, but it can be summed up in one phrase, as one liberal author summed up the conventional wisdom talking about healthy masculinity is like talking about healthy cancer. That there is this assumption that you cannot have a healthy man, that masculinity in and of itself is a danger, and that is so far from the truth. Since kids, we've been taught in school that to be a man is to be an oppressor, that to display the masculine traits of assertiveness, independence, and risk-taking is to make society unjust, that to work hard at a blue-collar job is a loser's game for those who can't learn to code. America's policymakers have acted on this same ideology, medicating boys into submission in their school years, then shipping the manufacturing jobs many men once performed as adults off to foreign countries. In these circumstances, under the influence of this creed, is it any wonder that so many men now feel adrift, bereft, and yes, ashamed to be men? But the warning signs of trouble are becoming too glaring to ignore. Amid the suicides and drug abuse and epidemic of absent fathers, amid the collapse of work and explosion of crime, even some on the left are now expressing alarm. Men feel it. Those with sons know it. We cannot go on like this. And that is so true. We cannot go on like this. The primary reason is because there's no template. There's no template for men. They don't know what it means to be a man. And so I know these videos at night may seem odd to just have a cigar and talk about random things and invite men to come out and join me and talk with me. But my reason for this is because I know how desperately we need men to rise up, to stand up against what is wrong, to set an example of what it is to be right, and to defend those who we are responsible for defending. for our wives, for our children, for our family, for our nation. We have to rise up as men. And so, as always, I invite you, if you happen to be in this area in Lebanon, Tennessee, and would like to join me, I would love to share a cigar with you and change the world. I hope this video resonated with you tonight. Again, like I said, leave comments and let me know.